Happy holidays and shop Central Kentucky. I'm Kim Houston here in downtown Bardstown, and I am so excited to introduce you to Bardstown's newest store here in downtown Bardstown. It's a Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace right here in the heart of Bourbon Country, Bourbon capital of the world, and on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. So what a perfect location Bardstown is to have a facility like this. And I'm excited that I have Dee Dee Fortkeen here, the owner, along with her husband Howard's not with us today. But wow. That's the one word that I could say to describe your new store here, Dee Dee. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Kim, and we're happy that you're here today. And I look forward to sharing with you a lot of the products that we have here at the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace.
And let's talk a little bit about how you got here. You and I had conversations. Howard and I had conversations. We sat down, the three of us. You knew you wanted to invest in Bardstown. You wanted to do a store here. And you all did this place, turned this facility, bought this wonderful facility, which was the Old Balloon Lady in downtown Bardstown on Flagey Avenue. And in 80 days, I believe you said, pretty much turned this around, renovated into this amazing, amazing store.
Howard and I had this concept for about 2 years, bits and pieces of it and putting it together. So when we finally made the commitment that we wanted to do it, we started looking for a place, and we knew we definitely wanted to be downtown Bardstown. But we were there's so many wonderful buildings in Bardstown, but there were several buildings that obviously weren't for sale,
right.
and some of the buildings that were for sale were just a little too big for us. And when we were lucky enough to come up on 110 West Flagey, formerly the Balloon Lady, and were able to purchase it this summer. We closed July 1st, and we opened on Thursday of the Kentucky Bourbon Festival week. And we were determined we were going to get open for Kentucky. We couldn't be the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace and not be open during Bourbon Festival here.
And you gave us a little bit of taste. You didn't have everything in stock at that time.
That's right.
But everyone got a little bit of a taste of what was going to be. And I'm sure many of those people have come back. So now let's talk about what is here. You have an amazing bar we're going to see in a little bit.
We have the Bourbon Bar and tasting room.
And you've got, this is your retail spot. We are standing in here. And then you have your food section as well.
We have a gourmet food section where we sell a lot of bourbon-infused foods, Kentucky Proud products, the Kentucky bourbon candies, as well as our boutique liquor shop.
I don't think there's another facility like this in the region that has all the distillery type items. I mean, it's not just focused on one distillery.
That's correct.
And has so much Kentucky Bourbon Trail things or Bourbon Country things. Overall, just bourbon, etc.
Right
here.
We are official sponsors of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. We want to support the people on the Bourbon Trail. We want to support our crafters. But we also do offer not only bourbon, but we also offer Kentucky souvenirs and also Bardstown souvenirs.
And that's neat because I'm looking at a couple things. Bardstown, the most beautiful small town in America, your apron and your hat, your bourbon-bound Bardstown, Kentucky t-shirts. So this is certainly a place, if there is a gift item out there for somebody in Bardstown, you can find many of them right here. And they're unique. I mean, these are things you will not find in other retail stores in the region.
Anywhere else, that's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
What are some of the things that are flying off your shelves now? What are some of the things that people are coming in and they're just leaving in bag loads?
Well, of course, our foods are really popular, right? And especially during the holiday season. And I'll have a few things to show you here shortly, and even saving you some tricks on your entertaining and all. I'm seeing actually our jewelry is selling very well. As I said, we have a fleur-de-lis necklace, which represents the French influence here in Kentucky and Bardstown. Horse, that this is a necklace, but it's also a pendant, and it can also be put on a slide, our horse bracelet. But we're also representing several of our local artists. We have a gentleman that has made this bourbon decanter. When you think of a decanter, typically you think of a glass decanter and all, but this is actually, it has been fired in a kiln, and it's really pretty and unique. and it's got the little stop here. But one of the nice things about it, we have another local artist here who does the bourbon barrel wine corks, and actually the corks fit well in
Right
the
there.
decanter too. So, and the really neat thing too, it's got its own bung in there too. So
That's the world's smallest bung right
it
there.
is,
yes.
really. So these are, especially for the hard to find people, this is very unique. You will not find this anywhere else. Even a wine enthusiast would like that too, because it looks a lot like the wine bottles. Everyone's loving the leather wrapped rocks glass and flask. It's got the bourbon barrels on it, but also says Bardstown, Kentucky.
And those are great gift items. If I were not from Bardstown, coming through, visiting, and wanting to take something back with me, that's one of those gifts you pick up and you take back to remember your visit to the bourbon capital of the world.
Exactly. We also have a unique pen and pencil set here that's made out of the barrel staves. And then also we have something that's really unique is a gun rifle pen.
Don't point that at me.
I know, sorry. It is actually made out of bourbon barrel stave. It's got a rifle here, and it's got a little trigger action to, let's see, I have to, oh yeah, there it is.
you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
there it is. Sorry, yeah. The release on it.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, and it's actually, you can see, this is a bullet.
That's going to say that looks like a bullet, but it is a bullet. Yeah.
So
That's very
especially
interesting.
for a bourbon enthusiast and also someone who maybe likes to hunt.
That's
That's
a
kind
very
of-
unique gift.
Yes.
And I'm looking, you've got glasses of all sizes here. You have holiday items here, T-shirts, hats. But I tell you, one of my favorite things is sitting right here. And this is that. Now you've termed this. There's a little name for this.
We call them trail mixers.
Trail mixers.
This is our rendition of a new version of trail mix.
Yeah, there's no little pretzels or anything in there. This is the kind of mix you want to take with you on the
That's
trail,
right.
to be honest. But bourbon trail, it all fits together. And what
Exactly.
there are the miniatures of the bourbons
Bourbon
here.
trail.
And then you've got a shot glass in there as well too. But what a great item to pick up and give somebody. It's a great stocking
And
stuffer.
those by far, I would probably say, is
These are
our
popular.
number one seller right now.
And they
Yes.
should be. And these are the really nice premium bourbons as
Yes.
well too. So that is a great gift item. But I mean, ornaments
Christmas
for the tree,
ornaments.
books. As you look around here, you will see just about anything that there is with bourbon themed. You are all going to have it in the Kentucky
do.
Bourbon Marketplace.
We do.
Okay, now let's go to the fun stuff. Let's go to your food and your food room and test and see what you have back in there.
Sounds great.
Well, Dee, it's certainly true that you're not going to go hungry when you come into the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace. While you think of it being alcohol here, I think one of my favorite places is here with all the different food products. And you have everything from candies to pies to mixers for different kinds of spreads and things. So let's kind of walk through these and tell us what you have.
Okay. Of course, we have our traditional bourbon balls. We have all the different brands, the Maker's Mark, Woodford Reserve, Jim Beam, Buffalo Trace, Evan Williams, and so forth. We also have chocolate truffles. These truffles, I have to say, undoubtedly are the best truffles I've ever had. They go perfectly with bourbon and also with a good red wine, which we also do carry wines here as well as bourbon. We also have some peppermint bark. We carry the soon-to-be famous, if not already famous, Kentucky Woods Bourbon Barrel Cake, which is wonderful. It's we're hoping in the next few weeks it'll be in People magazine as Kentucky's gift in 50 gifts from 50 states.
Oh, that's
Right.
really neat. So what is a bourbon barrel cake?
Bourbon barrel cake. It is a chocolate and brown sugar cake,
Okay.
and it has caramel and chocolate drizzled on top with walnuts. Don't be afraid by the size because you can cut it up and you can freeze it. It's best served at room temperature, but it's wonderful. We also carry a lot of spices and sugars that are bourbon infused. We do have foods also that everybody thinks everything's bourbon or and all, but we have foods here that are not. We have, believe it or not, chocolate-covered Twinkies.
That's just wrong, dude. Chocolate-covered Twinkies. There's just something so wrong about that, and I think I'll take those with me.
And they are decadent.
Yeah, I think I'll take those. Those are going back with me.
We have the best hot chocolate here. We have the easiest pumpkin pie. If you're looking to make pumpkin pie, literally this is just add water and put in a pie shell and bake.
That's it.
And that's it. That's what you have.
Can't get much easier than that.
Right, and actually it's on sale, 25% off this week. I also have been reading my Southern Living. We got it the December issue, and they had a recipe for a fudge pie, chocolate fudge pie. And I was going through the recipe, and I made a substitution. Instead of the some cocoa, I added the Buffalo Trace bourbon fudge sauce, and I can tell you that is it's wonderful. You can see this pie is almost totally eaten.
I can see that
and all. And we have some samplings here if you'd like to try. We also carry a wide variety of dips that are very easy to mix with sour cream and mayo and so forth. I took one of our mixes recently and made a cheese ball out of it. And when I took the cheese ball, it tasted well, but there was something missing. So I actually took my bourbon smoked sea salt and literally put a dash, no more than that.
And
it really made it pop.
Okay.
And all. So we do sell as a gift set or individually a bourbon paprika, pepper, and sea salt. And we also sell Maker's Mark coffee. And
very popular. Yeah.
Very popular and delicious.
Right, it is.
Not an overwhelming bourbon, but just a hint of bourbon in the. And everyone that tries it has been well pleased.
Well, I see something on the table that everybody's going to be very happy about, whether it be corporate gifts you're giving,
Exactly.
gifts for somebody you're taking as a hostess gift for an event. But gift baskets are so popular, and there's not many places to get those, but you have them here for sale.
We can, and we have a few that have already been made up. For example, one is a breakfast basket that has biscuit mix and sorghum molasses and coffee. And we can, so this is one. Then we have a deluxe Maker's Mark basket. These are just examples. We can take whatever budget you have and make a very, very nice gift basket.
Okay.
Exactly, at all different price points.
And I think one of my favorite things is your holiday hat baskets. The hat basket that you can put little things in it and take as a gift as well too.
Exactly.
So that's fun to have.
We're selling those pretty quickly.
Well, let's look around the room. I mean, most bourbons, all bourbons from the region, I think that you're pretty much inclusive here.
We're specializing in small batch and single barrel. We want Kentucky bourbons. There are a few that are trying to sneak in from out of state, but we are dealing with Kentucky bourbons. We have a lot of the flavored bourbons that are coming on the market. We have the moonshines. Not only is it just the white clear moonshine, but we have it flavored in caramel, strawberry, peach, watermelon, and apple pie. And also we have that. We also have where you barrel your own bourbon, where you have the smoked chunks, wood chunks, and the white dog, and you can actually barrel your own bourbon, which would make a fun stocking stuffer.
That really would.
Right.
Well, I tell you what, let's take a couple of these things that you have, and let's head to the bar, and let's try some out.
Sounds good.
Well, when you say the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace, this is certainly where you want to end your day. Right here in the bar. Dee Dee, this is my favorite place of your entire marketplace facility. This bar is incredible. Now, you've got to tell us about who built it and who came up with this idea.
Okay, well, I give all the credit to my husband, Howard King. He actually designed it. He got on the web and looked at several different things, came up with different ideas, and he didn't want the typical where we see the bars just made a standing barrel and so forth. So he wanted something a little different. So he did come up with the idea of the barrel staves. And we had a gentleman out of Louisville build it for us. If you notice, if you look at the top of the bar, There's a wide board plank on both sides. That came from the floor. We put in a new floor when we remodeled in the kitchen area, and Howard wanted to keep those in the event that we wanted to repurpose them, and so it ended up as the bar top. And on the inside, the wood there is 200-year-old pine that came from our third floor, which we always assumed was an attic, but turns out it was a sleeping room for probably a servant.
Oh, okay.
Up there.
That's great history.
And this has been hidden for 200 years, and now it's back where everybody can enjoy it. And it's also panels the ceiling in the liquor room and food and all. And this is, you're standing in the oldest part of the house. It is the Mary May house. Mary May was Patrick Henry's niece, and she lived here in 1821. And if you could come in and look, and if you look up above, you can see some hand-hewn logs. So it's very impressive that the house has been preserved this long.
It really is. I mean, the beams are exposed, you've got the brick exposed, and then you got the beautiful dental molding in here.
Right.
It's just a place where you want to come and have a drink.
Well, we
it
hope
has that
so.
rustic, just speakeasy kind of feel that you want to come in and say, order up a drink.
We hope everyone will come visit us here.
Well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the drinks and talk about your holiday drinks, because this is something, you know, when you think about bourbon, it doesn't just have to be your typical bourbons,
right,
but there are some fun bourbons out there for the holidays, for mixing and making specialty drinks.
Well, as I noted in our liquor store, that we are specializing in small batch and single barrel bourbon, Kentucky bourbons. Everything that we have on our shelves here are sold also in our boutique liquor store, and you can buy it on the spot. If you taste something you like, even if it's after hours, we can take you, after the shop's closed, we can take you back and you can buy it and take it home for your enjoyment. We've got several really good bourbons here. But some of the things for Christmas and the holidays that people are really starting to enjoy is obviously eggnog. And this is our benchmark eggnog, and it's very popular. The next popular one is our Buffalo Trace Buffalo Cream. And actually, this is probably one of our absolute best sellers because a lot of people from out of state can't get it. And when someone from out of state comes in, they usually take about 3 or 4 bottles home with them for parties and hostess gifts and so forth. We also have a chocolate raspberry liqueur, which is nice by itself, but it would equally be nice on New Year's Eve with a nice champagne. So. And one of the things that we showcased this at our open house recently, the ribbon cutting and all, is what we refer to as our Christmas Kiss. And it is a chocolate truffle liqueur, and it's teamed up with a peppermint bark vodka. And I thought that we would start out and, Kim, give you a Christmas kiss. How about that?
Absolutely. I'll take a Christmas kiss right now.
Okay. We'll have 1 part chocolate truffle liqueur, equal part of the peppermint bark vodka.
Now, is this a normal drink, or is this a concoction that you all came up with for the holidays?
Actually, we went to a liquor show and they demonstrated it.
They demonstrated it.
So, and we perfected it.
Okay.
So
you can call it your own.
We can.
That's
the
right.
Kentucky Bourbon
Cheers.
Bar Christmas Kiss.
That's so good.
So good.
That should be illegal. That's so good.
That's why it's only at Christmas.
I mean, it smells, just by the flavor, you can smell it going in. It smells like just chocolate delight right there, kind of going in.
Exactly.
That is absolutely delicious.
Well,
we are excited to have you as a new part of downtown Bardstown, and we wish you many, many, many years of success. And we hope everyone will come and visit the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace during the holidays. Come in here and have a kiss, have some product to taste.
Taste some bourbon.
Taste some bourbon. Come and buy some gifts, and just enjoy this wonderful new retail facility on, give me your address one more time.
110 West Flagey.
So from everyone at the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace, Cheers for a happy holiday.
Happy holidays.